What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're back here in Forza Horizon 4 today. After playing Dirt Rally 2.0 in yesterday's video, I wanted to try out one of the Audis I haven't drove here in the game yet. So I decided to do a little build on the RS6 Avant. We're just a little over 850 horsepower on this thing. 4,200 pounds, just about 700 foot-pounds of torque, so it's a pretty insanely powerful car for that weight and the size it is, if that makes sense. Like, this is basically a four-door wagon supercar at this point. It does still have the stock 4-liter in it. I did not swap out for the Audi R8 V10. I wanted to keep this basically like a street car build. Like, this would literally be probably my ultimate street car if I could ever build this thing. So let's go ahead and jump right in and start driving this thing around a little bit. We will go ahead and take it into a couple race events. Drive around for just a little bit here in first person so you guys can actually get a sound clip of what this thing sounds like from the outside. It's really good. It sounds familiar. I'm not sure if it's been used in other vehicles in the game. I'm sure it probably has been. Now tell me, when have you ever been in a station wagon that sounds that good? This thing, it blows my mind. Now, any of you that have drove this car and done customization on it might wonder why I didn't go with a wide body, and like I said, this is like the ultimate street car build is what I wanted to do with this. So I didn't slam this car down to the ground. I didn't put the crazy wide body kit on it, anything like that. I wanted to keep it very realistic and drivable here in the game. Unfortunately, because I am on the 7-speed H pattern, when I did tune this car, I had to tune it down for 7 gears. I really feel like this thing would be a lot faster if I could use that 8th gear and fix the gear ratios a little bit. But it's really not bad. I'm very happy with the acceleration. I'm not gonna lie, I just completely spaced out on what I was doing there. I'm stuck on the trains. How? I don't know how I did this. Alright, so I did mark out the path over to the highway on the map for us to go over and do a quick high or top speed run in this thing before I jump into any races. This thing's honestly, for a station wagon, insanely fast. It would be so much fun to drive this thing though. Especially with 850 horsepower and as well balanced as the car is, and having all-wheel drive.
Take the first exit.
And I also wanted to point out the reason I went with an Audi for this is because I wanted something you could truly call the ultimate street car. Something you could go to the grocery store, have plenty of room to haul stuff back home in, still get decentest gas mileage since it is an Audi, I'm sure, even if it was putting out 800 horsepower. This car basically just ticks every box you could possibly ask for a street car that's also insanely fast and functional at the same time. Well, since I blasted through the roundabout and went over here, let's go ahead and jump in and do the Elbison on the Seaspray. First and second gear are so short in this thing. Third's not much better, but it's nowhere near as short as the first two. This thing would be so much easier to drive with paddles. Not nearly as much fun though, I do have to point that out. I would honestly always much rather have an H pattern for the most part until you get to like crazy fast hypercar territory. Then it just gets a little bit crazy trying to use a gated shifter to drive those. Managed to push my way up the inside there. I was hoping he would open up if I pushed in hard enough. And luckily for me, he did. Ooh, little fender tap. This thing is just so good through the corners. Ooh. A little bit understeer on that one. It's honestly really hard to believe this thing accelerates this well at over 4,000 pounds, even with 850 horsepower. Especially all the way up till 7th gear, it just keeps pulling and pulling. Nothing slows it down. Oh no. Just barely got away with a little tap on the wall. Still having a really hard time getting used to those first 3 gears and corners. Really messes with me. I honestly think I would like this better if I tuned it down to a 6-speed. Either way though, it's a very good race, a lot of fun. The AI has been driving surprisingly well here lately for me. Alright guys, we're going to finish this ultimate streetcar build video off by doing the ultimate road race event here in Forza Horizon for the Goliath. So let's not waste any more time talking about it, let's just go ahead and jump in and get this thing started. I am going to crank up the AI difficulty just to make this a lot more challenging for myself since it is such a long race. This thing just pulls so hard off the line. It looks like we got quite a few Audis here in the grid for this race. I think it definitely helped putting it on German performance cars to get a little bit wider variety of vehicles than we had in the last race. Looks like we got a BMW i8 up there towards the front. Ooh. Oh, I did clip the pole. I was gonna say, I think I just barely missed that pole. Ooh, that was real close to his bumper. See if I can hold that position. I don't think he's too happy that I overtook him back there like that. That was a fairly sneaky move I made up the inside. I did leave the AI plenty of room in all fairness, but they do kind of tend to panic when you drive like that near them. I've definitely noticed in this game, if you drive more aggressively, the AI tend to like panic and give you a little bit of gap a majority of the time. Oh no, oh no. Oh, I was able to recover it. That was an amazing recovery. I got so lucky there. I could have easily got launched off to the left and went flying off those rocks. Did slow me down a little bit, but we're still all the way up to 5th now. Still got plenty of race left. You do definitely have to either know this area of road fairly well or exercise a little bit of caution, because just like that, if you don't know where the crest and the road are going to be at and how fast you need to take them and where you need to go over in the angle, very easy to go flying wide, go straight through a wall and end up in somebody's house. Up into 4th there. I almost didn't even realize that I gained a position, but I guess we did watch somebody go flying off into somewhere in the scenery, not sure exactly where they ended up. I do have to say, since I've started focusing on racing more cleanly here in Horizon, my driving has gotten so much better in the game in general. Almost went to grab for third there, and then I remembered how short it was, and that would, I'd just end up red lighting the car if I would have done it. Oh, gonna hit the fence. There's a lot of very odd camber changes on the road through here that make it really hard to get your line right. It's a really fun area to go drifting through though. You don't need a ton of horsepower, you just need a pretty good built car, and you can link a lot of this stuff together. What you can't link together, you can use to gain some speed, so you can really get some high speed and high angle drifts through this area coming up right through here. These three lead cars are... Ooh, oh no, that's the bridge. I'm gonna have to rewind. Every time I start to talk about something, I get distracted and do something stupid like that. What I was trying to say is these three lead cars are insanely quick. Should have stayed in fourth, but I did not want to go over the edge again. That is one of the worst corners in this race to mess up on, because it's going to put you in the back no matter where you're at. Seems like I made up a little time through there. If you can actually find the really fast lines for this, it's not really much of a problem overtaking the AI and catching up. Oh, I clipped that pole. Oh no, my controller shut off. I don't have any audio. Hurry up, come on. There we go. Oh, we got an old school Audi up here. This is definitely one of my favorite roads right here to take out a supercar on and just blast up and down, and it's not insanely technical. It's got a lot of really complicated corners though, just because of the elevation change, and it's not extremely wide through most of this. And then there's obstacles like that you have to worry about. Not to mention it's a really nice scenery right through here to just blast up and down this road and have some fun. Oh, come on. Just barely held on to that. That's what I mean about the corners aren't super sharp. They're not anything crazy like back-to-back corners or anything. As a lot of it has to do with the road's so rough and there's so much elevation change that makes it challenging, and they're all really high speed corners. Stay out of the wall. Whew. I don't know why that corner gets me almost every time. I just blast right off of it and just take way too much speed through it. $202 miles, 206 on this janky, bumpy road. Oh, I got the checkpoint, but I don't know where I'm at, and I can't get back on the road. Oh, I was holding first for so long, too. I don't think there's enough time for me to make that many overtakes against Pro AI. It was such a good race too. Well, other than me going off the bridge. Not gonna make any more overtakes if I just don't focus on driving a little bit more. That was a sketchy move. It worked though. Come on, at least won a podium. Oh. That was sketchy. That was real sketchy. I thought for sure I was going off. This thing does not fail to amaze me at how well it sticks to the road at insanely high speeds. I hate this corner. Oh, that's why. If you don't hit that line just right in a car that sits this low with this stiff suspension, it just launches you across the road when you tap one of those curbs. I got away lucky this time. Usually I end up in one of the houses. If I really focus and drive right the rest of this race, I might manage to get back into first place. Oh no. Just go straight through the trees. Okay, there we go. Back on the road. Oh, don't do that. Not at these speeds. Please don't be tapping my fender. Going into a corner of all things. Oh. Really hard keeping a consistent line in a car with gears this short when you need to take your hand off to shift up and down, when in real life this thing would have paddle shifters so you could just actually drive properly through corners. Second place though, cannot complain after the mistakes I made in that race. Got really lucky quite a few times there. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was nothing special, just another gameplay video on a car I haven't got the chance to drive before. And when I started building it, I thought it'd be a decently interesting video idea. Definitely would be an amazing car to have one of these in real life and have the chance to upgrade it anywhere near 850 horsepower and get it out on the track and have fun with it. They are just insanely good cars. So guys, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button down below, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.